Station built by the bands for the fans. Infernal Rock Radio. Lords of the Trident there.
Wait, who was that last band you played?
That was
terrible.
Lords of the Trident.
God, I don't know.
Bon Jovi?
Yeah. Probably Bon Jovi. Terrible. Rip off.
Wait a minute, is this Hairtopia?
Yeah. So Brent or Aki, somebody tell the story that you guys were just telling off the air about that song, Wicked Torch.
Well, basically, we wrote that song in just about 4 hours, actually, after the first time we were here at the Bastard Den. Ty and I had so much fun. We were inspired.
Yeah, we were
We
jazzed.
got back and we finished up the song. I had all the guitar riffs for the most part for that song, except for the solo backing. I kind of had those already, but I was actually struggling for like the past couple weeks to kind of turn it into a coherent, good song. And I don't know. I guess we were really just
you guys were the glue
efforts,
that put that song together.
And I kind of
We
felt
do that for a lot of people.
Become glue.
Yes. Mostly we're just sticky.
I feel like as a band,
Speak for yourself.
in addition to kind of sometimes parodying the funnier aspects of metal, is we kind of wanted on our albums to have songs that represent like every kind of subgenre of metal.
Yeah.
And we figured on the first album we really didn't have a like kind of Van Halen-ish metal song. And I realize some people are thinking Van Halen's metal, some aren't, but no one doubts that Van Halen 1 and 2 huge impact on metal in the 80s and whatnot. And I really want to have one that had that kind of, not necessarily the glam aspect, but I wanted a very like Van Halen, even kind of Bon Jovi-ish type song. And
hey, speak for yourself. I bought a lot of mascara after that song. You have no idea.
Well, mission accomplished on that one, without a doubt. That's a great tune. So, Aki and Elliot, when you guys are doing your part of the song, and not so much the rhythm stuff, I know that probably lays itself out a lot simpler, but
Sometimes.
okay. When it comes to doing a solo,
Damn triplets.
what are you guys trying to accomplish with that? What's in your head when you're thinking, okay, it's here's the part where I'm going to put a solo into the song. What's your goal there? What are you trying to do?
I'm hearing Nickel McBrain saying, "Here comes the guitar solo now."
Aki? All right. Well, my solo was first. I'll take this. The beginning was just ripped off from an idea I had from a previous band I played in with Swells, which is actually terribly hard to play, but I had this great pedal that allowed me to do it with ease. So I'm not sure how it's going to show up in live performances or not. The other thing, just playing on the backing of the solo and kind of, I'm a really bad improviser, but you just kind of like play over the backing multiple times and take the cream of the crop, over a long time and kind of get ideas and then write them out from there. And it's just I don't practice improvising a lot, but I think one of the things is that I pay a lot of attention to the underlying chords, and I've had some music theory and all that, so really kind of doing some interesting things with modes in some cases, more so in actually a different song. But
I think it's funny, by the way, that the fact that you don't improvise a lot comes from a guy who does improv comedy constantly.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not an improviser. It's like, what? Really?
Yeah. Well, again, it's just, what you practice. I'm sure you could get used to it, but that's my thing. There's always the temptation as a metal guitarist to try and put your best licks and flashy stuff in, but I try and stop that a bit. I like a lot of blues stuff, so I think that's made its way into my playing, and you can hear that.
Aki?
I think, I'm still learning a lot. Like, I think of myself as kind of like an intermediate guitarist, and I'm still trying to get to a point where, like, my solos, like, I would ideally like them to be kind of like a story, one that has kind of like a beginning, a climax, and
a denouement.
One that really contributes to
English, please. We need English.
Denouncement.
Okay.
One that really contributes to the song and fits the song's, the song's voice, and whether or not it's like a sad song, a happy one, and an intense, aggressive one. Kind of right now, what I do is I'll have like the backing chords, like the scratch track on endless repeat, and I'll kind of just play around over that. And I'll, so to a certain extent, I'm just dicking around. And I'll be like, well, this sounds good. Now, what can I connect that with? This was kind of an interesting album in that, Elliot actually kind of laid down almost all his solos before me. So I actually kind of already knew what his solos sounded like. And what kind of was cool about that is I was kind of able to be like, write my solos kind of in response to that and have ones that kind of follow his well, or if they're before his, lead into his well.
So you're having a conversation,
or just obliterated in the case of Stranded.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
A
about
contrast.
That. All the solos are pretty good.
Elliot comes out like, "Hey, what's up? I'm playing a solo," and then Aki's like, "Nope."
Yeah. Oh, one more thing from the Elliot Guitar School. First of all, young kids, you got to use your pinkies, okay? That's important. But no, actually, one thing that was very helpful, it's so easy as a guitarist in these days to rely on kind of tablatures or just finding the music online. But actually, when I joined the band, I had to learn all the solos off the original album kind of by ear. So, a very useful thing kind of for writing your solos. Actually, a few of the solos on this album I more or less wrote while sitting through like math classes at school, and couldn't wait to get back to my guitar and just kind of figure them out and play them that. So developing the ear is actually kind of a crucial part in that as well.
So you guys were talking about how the Bastard End was a little inspirational to that one song. Do you guys find any other times where you just link in your regular life and something will come to you, an idea for a song, or is it more while you're actually sitting down with the guitar or whatever?
It's always the shower. Undeniably my best.
Now, individually or as a group, or
it's always a group shower.
Okay.
Well, I don't actually shower all that often, so I'm only there on occasion.
I know. God.
I would actually say, I definitely get some of my inspiration in the shower, but I would actually say, majority of my inspiration comes not when I'm actually picking up the guitar and being like, oh man, I gotta think of a new song right now. A lot of times I will be at work, or I'll be on the computer, or I'll be doing something else, and somehow I'll just start humming something, or something will be in my head. I mean, it could be something as small as like I'm running at the gym, and all of a sudden I'm like thinking of like, man, I need an awesome little theme right now. Like I'm dodging bullets and whatnot, and something will enter my head, and I'm like, oh God, keep it in my head till I get home. Yeah. Pick up the guitar and record it, or just So, I would say a lot of the inspiration comes when you're not actively trying to create a song, and the other thing I was going to say is, man, I don't know why, but random late nights, that seems to be when the ideas
right.
come.
It really is something about the brain. It's always a choice, like, well, should I sleep now or stay up all night?
That's what happened. I'm trying to come up with stuff, different segments for the show and everything like that. Usually just before I fall asleep, something will pop in my head. And, of course, then I have to find a pen, if I'm lucky, to write it down.
Yeah, usually it's the next day we're talking on the phone. He's like, oh, man,
I didn't want
to had this great idea, but I didn't write it down, and I don't remember what it was.
Change the face of the bastard down.
I
can't remember what the hell it was.
It's the next big thing.
Smoke another bowl, I guess.
and then I fell asleep, and Queen Elizabeth handed me a shovel, and I was like, what's going on? So we should do a bit like that.
We did come up with a bit. You guys want to play along? It's kind of fun. Sure. This is the...
No, I mean, yes.
Yeah, here, check this out.
And now it's time to play Bad Name or Bullshit.
This is the segment right here.
I can feel the inspiration building in you guys right now.
We're gonna go home and just cut another album. It's gonna be a double CD release. We're gonna spend all night just writing an album. Right, Aki?
You're ready to record it.
Stoli, why don't you go first here?
All right, the band name or bullshit that I came up with was Manly Witness.
Oh, man.
I say band name.
I say bullshit.
I say band name.
Manly Witness.
Manly Witness. I'm
gonna go like some really angry like feminist band from the 90s.
Okay.
Real band.
So
that was bullshit.
Yo, I win! I win!
Yeah.
Another beer for Ty.
Yeah, it's right there, man.
Woo!
Your name.
The one I came up with here is I kind of hate saying this word, so I apologize to any ladies
Don't say it,
listening.
Jim. Don't say it.
I'll beep it out. Hold on.
Anal cunt.
That's a band.
That's a band. I know that band.
I know Anal Cunt.
You got to do better.
Wow.
You got to do better. That was too
Yeah,
easy.
the Anal Cunt had a really awesome song. It's called "I'm Pregnant" or "You're Pregnant, So I Kicked You in the Stomach." It's a real song by Anal Cunt. Check it out.
Nice job.
Just another day in my life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine is passion for parking.
Man, that's tough.
You know,
It should be bullshit.
the alliteration leads me to believe
If it's
that
not, it
it's indeed a band.
The alliteration leads me to believe that it's bullshit.
I'm gonna say it's a band, and I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna think it's an indie band with
I was just gonna say that.
one girl, like a girl in a dress playing like an electric mandolin, and a really skinny guy with a button-down shirt and like long hair, but not too long, and dark rim glasses. And they sing songs about drinking PBR in the graveyard at night.
So you're familiar with this band?
Yeah.
Actually, it's bullshit.
I lost my beer.
Yeah, I just made that one up. So
That's band name or bullshit in the bastard den right there. All right, brand new CD from Lords of the Trident. It's called Chains on Fire. You can get it online. We'll tell you about that later on. But it's soon. You can't get it now because we're playing it right now. This
right,
tune,
we've got the only copy.
Busy.
this next song is one of my favorites on the CD. I love the name of it too. Froggy Harbor Town. Where is Froggy? You know, there's a town.
Foggy
Right.
Harbor Town.
Foggy Harbor Town.
Yes.
Jim's a little
Jim likes
foggy.
to add R's
Well,
into things.
I like make things up sometimes.
I'm going to introduce it at the CD release show as Froggy Harbor Town. Just for you.
Thanks. I appreciate
Song
that.
name or bullshit.
Only if you dedicate it to Jim.
You got it.
I'm going to be there too. That would be embarrassing. Okay, so Foggy Harbor Town. What's who's well, Ty, you wrote the lyrics.
Okay. All right.
That's
This
with most
one has a
songs,
funny funny story behind it. He's giving me the eyes right now. He's like, "Don't tell that goddamn story." So okay.
Don't spin the story.
Elliot wrote it. I'm not going to spin the story. Elliot wrote this riff, and I'm sitting here like, it's like blah 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 blah, blah, and I'm like, oh man, that really sounds like Mexican or like Spanish. Not I want to say Mexican. Like it sounds like a Spanish guitar, like a like a gunslinger, like a that kind of thing, like Desperado kind of deal. So I wrote the song. I wrote the lyrics. I wrote beta 1 of the lyrics. It was the song called "Death of Dr. Sanchez." And Aki could not take that. He was like, "No, we're not doing it."
Sounds really stupid.
Because he every time I say Sanchez, the only thing he can think about is dirty Sanchez.
That's what you assume.
No,
that's what you
that's
assume.
true. That's very true.
Well, Aki, what is the real reason then?
I thought it sounded just kind of silly. Like, I mean, just in general, Death of Dr. Sanchez, Death of Dr. Martinez. I just think it sounds really silly. And I guess when I heard, the instrumental part, I just thought it sounded very mysterious. And I just immediately pictured like an H.P. Lovecraft novel. and
he said the words. He said specifically to me, he's like, "Oh, Ty, it's like a foggy harbor town." And I'm like, and so I wrote all these lyrics, and I tried my damnedest to fit Foggy Harbor Town in the lyrics, like that exact phrase, just as kind of like a, "Hey, Hockey, I wrote Foggy Harbor Town for you," and then like it turned out to be kind of like the titular line of the song. So Foggy Harbor Town it was.
Let's check it out. It's Lords of the Trident and the Bastard Den in Infernal Rock Radio.